Hi there, my name is Dakota Broughton and welcome to yet another project video. So for my project, I decided to create a blood clot prevention strap. So obviously my motivation for this device was to heal. Many people struggle with blood clots and this device is supposed to help prevent them. Most people who are experiencing blood clots are experiencing them majority in their legs. And there are people who aren't very active, so truckers or people with disabilities or anything like that. I decided to focus on the truckers because they're more likely to have the blood clots in their legs. So in order to create this device, I had to come up with device requirements. So the device needed to stimulate the blood flow within the legs. It needed to be hands-free so that they could wear it during their drive. Lightweight so it wouldn't get in the way, adjustable for many size legs so that it's universal, and it needs to stimulate the entire leg from the knee down. So the calf, the bottom of the calf near the ankle, that way you can prevent blood clots within the entire leg. So I had three options. This option on the left, all the way over here, was the first option. It had two motors and two strings with bulbs on them. They're adjustable with the buckles so that they fit on any leg. For this, I decided I didn't want two motors because that involves more charging and it's less hands-free. My second option in the middle here was a roller that rolls all the way down the leg, which I liked. However, the pulley system that would move the motors would be too much for the trucker to be driving, as well as since the diameter of the leg changes from the calf to the ankle, the roller would not accommodate that with the pulley system. All the way to the right, is the design I ultimately chose. It's only got one motor, but it still tightens these bulbs into the leg to tighten and release to stimulate blood flow, much like a massage chair. So when coming up with my designs, I had to come up with options for both the roller and the bulbs. I started with the roller. It's just a simple muscle roller with a string on it. The bulbs here, I started with just a simple semicircle with one attachment on top. And I realized the semicircle wouldn't stimulate the leg as much as it should. So I went to this more cone shape with the one connection on top. But I figured the cone shape would not be very comfortable to the wearer because it would be too pointed. So then I went down here to this kind of pointed semicircle. So it's kind of like the cone, but instead of having a point, it's curved off. So it still has a pinpoint. It's just less uncomfortable. So I started with this one connection on top, and then I realized if you connect one thing from a string, it's going to hang down instead of having the point towards the leg. So I ultimately came with 4. That way it would still be in the middle, and these two here could hold it where it needs to go. So not only would the point stay towards the leg, but you would be able to adjust it by sliding it across the string. So the motor connection, the strings would be attached to the motors on the outside, and the motor will rotate 180 degrees back and forth. So instead of going the full 360, so the strings would get caught, it would just go 180 and back. So here you can see where it's gotten tighter. Not the tightest because we still need to go 90 more degrees, but it does show you exactly what would be happening within the motor to tighten the strings around the leg. Bulb creation. So I wanted the bulbs to be long where they are against the string. That way it's got more pressure towards the leg. So right here is where my pinpoint is that goes into the legs. For the string attachment, you can see I have my 4 right here. I decided to put a divot in the middle so that when the string tightens this way, instead of rolling down the bulb, it can stay inside the divot to make sure it doesn't move. This was my final design. It's a little different than a design I went to because I added an extra strap in the middle. That was to give more support to the motor as well as help prevent this part of the strap coming into each other when the strap is tightened. So you strap this right under your knee, this one would go right at your ankle, and then this buckle would just be wherever it falls. Both strings are attached on this side, so they wouldn't move from this side. They go through all of the bulbs. They have a D-ring right here, which I'll show you when I show you my assembly. And then it connects to the outside of the motor, and the motor tightens and loosens the string as it goes. So I'm going to take you here to my SolidWorks assembly. So this is the assembly that we just saw. And the D-ring right here, very small, but the string would go through this ring and attach to the motor here.